Lorna Vanderhaeghe, our guest. She is a medical expert, a women's health expert, a nutritional medicine expert, and her book, Sexy Hormones, is out of print, you tell me.
Yes.
So I'll turn that one over. But in A Smart Woman's Guide to Hormones, you talk about sex hormones and all of that. Now, before the break.
Yes.
It's called the tease. I said, what happens in the human body when two people make love and there's some kind of euphoria, usually after, and you sleep like a rock? Anyway, I do.
It's the greatest sleeping pill. And it also has all kinds of other wonderful health benefits. So semen actually has all kinds of hormones that women need. So,
really?
Yes. And there's an interaction that goes on. And of course, you feel good because humans need to touch each other. And there's just this, and of course you get a bit of exercise. You burn calories.
Sure.
And it makes your adrenals calm down.
Oh, interesting. So that could be my problem.
Yes, it's all the good things.
Why I'm
that
waking
we
up
get.
in the night.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's one option.
Right.
What else? For feeling in your zone, meditation, obviously, important.
Yes, exactly.
Taking time for yourself,
Not
important.
exercising after lunch.
Really?
Yeah, they found that women who exercise after 3 o'clock, that it causes elevated nighttime cortisol levels and they don't sleep. So exercising in the morning for women, especially stressed out women who have a heavy work schedule or heavy family life schedule, those women need to exercise in the morning.
Maybe yoga at night.
Yeah,
no?
Maybe something calming, but nothing that's going to elevate heart rate. So if you're pumping and sweating, that's not a good thing because your cortisol levels are going up. And then that disrupts sleep. They found that as soon as they had people stop drinking caffeine after lunch and exercise in the morning, their sleep patterns improved dramatically.
Okay, and a male is different because?
Well, if a man is stressed to the max and has adrenal dysfunction, he shouldn't exercise at night either. So it's the same for men and women in regards to this recommendation. They just did the research in women where they were very clear that, hey, if you're stressed and you've got insomnia, especially the type of insomnia where you fall asleep fine but wake up in the middle of the night, then you should exercise in the morning. And all of my books, my Smart Woman's Guide to Weight Loss book, they all have a 10-minute weight-bearing exercise program you do before you jump in the shower in the morning. So everybody can incorporate that in their life, keep their muscles nice and strong, and be able to stay fit in 10 minutes because we're all too busy to go to the gym for an hour.
Anybody who has had chronic pain or a bout of pain, bad back, arthritis, knows how that fatigues you.
Oh, pain is an incredible fatigue-causing instrument because your immune system creates tons of inflammation. When your immune system is on overdrive, it causes you to be tired. The interesting thing is they learned that with cancer patients. They always have to be very careful how many drugs and how much they boost the immune system, because if the immune system gets too overdriven, it causes severe fatigue in people. And you'll see oncologists will back off on the treatment because they've made their patient so exhausted they can't handle their daily life.
And people going through treatment often can have some work done on the central nervous system, something to boost the rest of your body.
Right. That's the thing. And we always look at the adrenals in regards to that. And we always have to remember there are lots of other nice treatments like acupuncture. The bottom line is, though, you can only do so much in a day. So if you keep overdriving your system every single day without a break, then of course at some point the body's just going to quit. And Gabor Mate wrote this great book called When the Body Says No.
Yes.
And that's simply for all of us type A people who just keep going, and then wonder one day why they can't get out of bed.
Yes, and mental exhaustion, big. Or if you have a job where you have to hop an airplane about every 3 days and you're going back and forth and through time zones, all of that. Is there something you take when you fly?
Well, I have mastered sleeping sitting up. I have. I mean, I couldn't do what I do flying all over the country and into, different time zones without mastering sleeping sitting up. I think having 4 kids helped with that.
Sure.
But no, I take a lot of melatonin. I love it. I've been taking it since I was 20 for the breast cancer protection issue that you can get with melatonin.
Really?
And they found in nurses, because they're working night shifts, that they have higher rates of breast cancer, and they assume that it's due to the fact that their melatonin levels are so low.
Okay, because as you know, when you're 20, you can pull an all-nighter at university. You can.
Right.
And keep going.
As we age,
when
our
you're
melatonin.
40, not as easy. When you're 60, not as easy. You stay up all night, you lose sleep for a couple of days, you feel it.
Right. And a lot of women are having babies later in life. You know, when I had my babies, I was really young. I could stay up all night and still clean my house and do all the things I did.
Me too.
But when you're 45 and you have babies, it's a very big stress on your adrenals and your thyroid. And, you know, a lot of people are also deficient in iron, and that's probably the #1 reason for fatigue across the country. They did a new study where they had, they looked at Canadian diets, and they found that we should be getting 20 milligrams of iron from our diet every day, but most of us are getting 10. And that's because we're not eating red meat and egg yolks anymore. Everybody's gone to egg whites, and they're eating all this red meat, no longer eating any red meat. So as a result, the main sources of iron are found in those two foods. They're not found in vegetables, unfortunately.
Right, but I thought egg yolks were back in vogue.
They should be.
You could, 32 essential amino acids or something in an egg, almost the perfect food. You know, we believe what we believe.
Right.
But eggs are back, according to Time magazine.
Eggs are the perfect food. They absolutely are. But because we're not eating a lot of these foods, and it's hard for kids to get iron from their diet, we see it in seniors. If you do not have enough iron, then you will not think clearly. You'll get dark circles under your eyes, your hair will fall out, your fingernails peel, you have heart palpitations, you can't even walk up 6 stairs without huffing and puffing.
Okay, so that's a blood test away, right?
Yeah, it's a simple blood test, but even low normal iron will cause your hair to fall out. And actually your hair follicles are full of ferritin, and that's your iron storage. And when your ferritin levels drop, they can still be in the normal range, but if they're below 40, for example, your hair will fall out in hunks. And I think a lot of that, the hair loss we see, particularly in women, has to do with low iron.
I had an American naturopath here a couple of days ago, and she was talking about the digestive system. If your digestive system does not work, it affects your entire body. She's a big fan of essential fatty acids.
Yes, that would have been Brenda Watson.
Yes, Brenda Watson.
Yeah. And Brenda Watson talks a lot about digestion, because if you're taking things and you're not absorbing them, you know, the classic iron supplements we get from our doctor's office, we don't absorb it. It causes terrible constipation and awful digestive upset. So people won't take iron supplements. They're just terrified of them. And yet iron's so important. So I always tell people, look for liposomal wrapped irons that are where they take the iron molecule and they wrap it in a little bubble. And we have Iron Smart, which is an iron supplement that's liquid that tastes like Bailey's. I mean, it's absolutely delicious.
Bailey's Irish cream?
Or Werther's candy, depending on your taste.
But you'll stay sober.
You'll stay sober, and you'll raise your ferritin and hemoglobin quite well.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
But Brenda was also talking about detox, detoxing the body, making sure the body is clean, not necessarily going on some weird detoxification, but figuring out what foods trigger certain things and just paying attention to your body.
Well, you should, because a lot of people eat grains. I'm not a fan of breads and all these grains that are in the Canada Food Guide, because it's causing joint pain in people and digestive upset. They get lots of water weight gain, and they get tired. So you know, get rid of grains out of your diet and you'd be shocked at how much weight you lose and how much energy you have. And so I agree with her, and my favorite detox is saunas. You know, don't use the swimming pool full of chlorine. Go and use the sauna at the
infrared sauna, or just the sauna? Both.
Both. Any kind of sauna is the greatest detox you can ever do for your body. And the best detox is to put the right things in your body in the first place.
Sure, I get it. And overstimulation is a tough one. So try to take some time for yourself every day.
It's a good idea.
Okay, let's do that.
Yes.
Nice to see you.
Nice to see you.
Lorna Vanderhaeghe, Smart Woman's Guide to Hormones. She's a medical health expert.